The Big
It's
Apple.
not very big, so.
Oh. Oh.
And I bought this when I was in New York in 19 something.
Last century?
Where have I got to get it? Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah,
Look
that's
at
gorgeous.
that. That's
So it's gold.
wow.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Hear that,
And it's
Rosemary?
lovely around your neck on, a summer's night or something.
Yes.
Wow, look at the chain on that as well. It's
Beautiful.
so beautiful.
This is amazing, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
looks like it would never break. Wow. So, can you tell us a little bit about the Big Apple? Why did you want to buy this Big Apple symbol in New York?
Well, because that's what it is. It's New York, New York, there's nothing like New York.
Wow. The
You
Big Apple.
don't find New York anywhere else. Because I don't think there's anything anywhere else in the world that is like the Big Apple. It's a very unique thing, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely. When I went to Ghana and I was in Accra, they call it the capital city, and they call it the hot city. And seriously, there's even more people than in New York, in Accra. And people are everywhere,
Yeah.
just everywhere. You can even be in your car and reaching out, you can do your supermarket shopping because the traffic moves so slow that the customer or the proprietors actually come out to your car. Or you want this, madam? You want that, madam? Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
There are so many people. Yeah, it's extraordinary. So I imagine New York would be just so many people. Did you experience just an overload of so many people in New York,
Oh,
Rosemary?
traffic goes all day and all night and all over everything, and it just never stops. But people are polite and everything, or they were when we were there.
Yeah, great.
They made way for you on the path, and sort of, they weren't.
Oh, it's too far away.
Yeah, so they made way for you on the path. I like that statement of movement. So it's like you would move to the side and allow someone to walk past.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Or they would stop still and allow you to move past.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
That
that's really polite,
quite
isn't it?
fast process. It didn't happen slowly. It happened, we're going through now.
Wow. Well, that's a good gesture you used. Woo. We could add that in. And, like the dance really accentuates that politeness.
The other thing is people were always looking up at something, the skyscrapers or the Big Apple or Trump Tower or whatever.
Wow.
Trump Tower was
Okay. Good. So that's a lovely gesture too, always looking up. And you also did Trump Tower, whatever. I love that. So your gestures, I think, Rosemary, it's like you're zooming past and looking up and whatever.
so much to take in at once,
Yeah, so
Yes.
much to take in. Lots of visual stimulation.
Mm.
You'd have to go home and just rest your brain.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm. Did you get absolutely exhausted at the end of the day?
Oh, well, I suppose you do wherever you are, when you're sightseeing and walking around and going to places.
Yeah. And your shop that you went into to purchase your beautiful, is it a locket or it's solid gold?
It's a locket, right? You can't put anything in it. It's
No.
just a little apple.
Mm. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And
Hollow, got a back.
oh, yeah, gorgeous. Wow. So it's like we've got this little apple and then
Phone call.
then you've got the beautiful leaf coming out.
I got a phone call.
Oh, I love Rosemary's reggae beat there on her phone. Okay, so let's practice some of Rosemary's gestures, you know. It was like zooming past and then looking up and whatever, Trump building, whatever. And then I think she also had, you know, if we do apple like this,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
And then with beautiful leaf coming out.
Yes, got leaf.
Sorry, Rosemary, go ahead.
I just was affirming that it's got a leaf comes out.
Yeah, beautiful. Leaf comes out. I love that gesture. But
Jackie, I can't participate in that at the moment because I'm holding on to my show and tell and I can't put it down.
okay. Well, you just sit there. You have to patiently wait, Peter. Fantastic. No worries. We'll get to you. So, Helen, you can do it on behalf of Peter.
So I can do it one-handed.
Yeah, do it one-handed. Good. Way to go. Can't wait to see what you've got there, Peter. Okay, here we go. Let's have a try, Rosemary. So we're stepping aside somebody, and it's not a small or big action, but it's small and quick. Let's try that. So someone steps aside for you. You also have to look up at buildings, like the Trump building, whatever, and the beautiful locket with the leaf coming out. How's that seem, Rosemary?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, nice. We could even make the leaf move a little bit. That could be nice. Lovely. Yeah, I like that, Helen. I like how you had it like this and you were waving just your little fingers. Beautiful. Okay, your turn, Peter.
My show and tell is the only thing I've got from my mother's mother, my grandmother.
Oh,
Now, it's the plate she used to serve her big goose
Christmas goose.
for Christmas. And if you've never eaten goose before, they're not the nicest. They're very fatty and very dark meat. But, and if I can very briefly tell you, my grandmother had a lot of sadness in her life. She was widowed very young with five dependent children, or 4 children and pregnant at the time.
wow.
And 2 years earlier, she'd given birth to 6 months gestation twins at home on her own, and they died.
Oh,
And after her husband had died early of a heart attack, the eldest son left school and was killed by a bolting horse. And yet she was a marvellous woman, was never bitter. Yes, so this is the only legacy I've got it. But she taught me to garden. And let me get into action. The first memory I have of her was hoeing, so we can hoe and so yes. Anyway, that's
beautiful.
made in England. Who was it?
Moore and Co.
Moore and Co. I haven't researched it, but
Right, Moore and Co. Oh, well, that's your homework for this week. You have to research.
anyway.
Probably very old.
So, but yes.
We love the patterns. Can you describe the patterns a little bit more? Can you rest it on your lap so you don't have to hold it up?
Gold and navy blue.
Gold and navy blue, yes. Wow. And are they leaves or?
Sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a 5-pointed star, aren't they?
It is, isn't it?
Middle.
It looks like it's a type of plant. What do you think, Rosemary?
Yes, it's like a flower in a way, isn't it? Like it's sort of
Very pretty.
very striking.
It had a red border, but that's worn off over time.
Because the
Okay.
ones on the border are more like leaves or something, aren't they? They're sort of not the same as the central star.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it's
It's
so
heavy.
stunning. It looks like it's really heavy, Peter.
it is
It is
very
heavy.
heavy. So yes, anyway, thank you for your interest.
You're very happy
Oh,
with this one.
thank
Lovely.
thank you
It's
for sharing your story. That's extraordinary. Don't have people just have extraordinary lives, you know, like everybody's got a story to tell about themselves. And yeah, thank you, Peter, for sharing that about your grandmother. Wow. So we've got a five-pointed leaf or flower, sort of purpley dark green. So, I mean, I'm sort of thinking like this. I mean, we've got 5 fingers. We could do something like that. I don't know. What are you thinking, Rosemary? Oh, that looks good. That looks good, Helen. I like that.
yes, that'll do.
Yeah. So we could have the center of the flower. Peter, what do you think of this? So we've got the center of the flower, and then it opens out to 5 stars, and then we've got those other 5 pointers in the middle.
Middle.
Oh, I
Very
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
That's better than
And
gardening.
it's an oval shape. So we
Yes.
do
Yeah, an oval shape, lovely. Yes, I'm not really quite getting an oval, but yeah, okay, great. So we could even go from oval into the flower, and then it opens out, and then the 5 pointers. Wonderful. We could do lots of things with that dancing around. In honor of your grandmother. Is that right, Peter? Your grandmother?
My mother's mother. Yes, my
Yes,
grandmother.
mother's mother. And what was her name?
Ada.
Ada. And so we'll do this in honor of Ada and
Very
the
good.
legacy that she left behind for Peter to be a fantastic gardener.
yes. That's a
Wonderful.
great legacy. Yeah.
Oh, I do like that. Great.
Yeah.
And Helen, have you got something for show and tell?
I think we've got a theme here with I've got my grandmother's you probably can't see it, champagne glasses. There's a set of 6, and it was a wedding present to my father's parents somewhere in the late 1800s.
Ah,
I've still got the 6, which is unusual that they're still all in existence. But
yeah.
before they went to that tall style, they were this shape, champagne glasses. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's
wow.
yeah, yeah.
So
And it's got a very finely etched,
yeah.
Like a daisy chain.
like a daisy chain.
Ah,
Yeah, it's got those almost like it's very similar to the flower that's on Pete's goose plate.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just loop around.
Right.
Just the fine work.
Yeah, and round the top is a very, very fine. You probably can't really see it.
This is better with something.
Yeah, we can sort of. Wow, it's extraordinary, isn't it? The type of skill that they use.
Yeah.
So
We're not game to use them.
wow.
No.
No, you'd be too scared to break them, you know.
Our
Well, it's
daughter.
unusual that the 6 you still got the set survived. Yes.
Our daughter's already put in her request for them.
Oh. Fantastic. So it's an heirloom now. Wow.
Yes, they're beautifully made. There's a little
beautiful.
ridges along here, and then there's the bit there. And then there's sort of an etching in this little bit here.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
That'd all be hand done. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
No.
What did you say, Peter?
I said, jokingly, I said, turned to Helen and said, perhaps we could sell them.
They're very fine. Yes.
Very fine. I like the gestures you're doing there. So you've got, you know, you were doing this, so going around and around, and
Makes ring.
yeah, and also the
Sing, can't you?
and then you were flicking it. Yep.
Yep.
Good. Flicking it, and you also did this other beautiful gesture that went into a long champagne glass you were talking about.
Well, they are now, yes, because
Yeah.
they're long and tall now. Yes.
Lovely. Yeah. So what do you think about that? So we've got circle and then the groove, and then bing, and then a long extended glass. Wow, looks like we're creating magic here.
Yeah, that's what champagne glasses are like now.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've completely changed style. Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder why they elongated the glass. I suppose it's got
I think
something
it
to
kept
do
the
with the
bubbles
bubbles.
longer, made the bubbles last longer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
So a smaller surface area, maybe.
Yes, they sort of dissipated in this. Yeah.
Do you know that
Stop it.
Helen, no, it's rather crude. The champagne glasses were commissioned by Napoleon I.
Oh.
Do you know why? They had to be the shape of Josephine's breast.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Now,
He adored her, didn't he?
He did. Yep.
no, well, I don't. Can you believe everything you see on Google?
Absolutely.
If you get time to get on there, yes. Wow, isn't that extraordinary? So there you go. That makes no sense though, does it, if you've got a long champagne glass?
Oh, it does. Just changing the times, isn't it?
Yeah.
From this to that.
And concentrate, not that there's an enormous aroma with champagne, but it concentrates, narrowing in, it concentrates the bouquet.
Ah, yes, and the scent.
Mm.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're going over the circle, the perimeter, the circumference,
Yes.
and then also around the stem of the glass, because you were talking about the groove.
Yes, and it's smooth inside, but the grooves are on the outside. It's
Yes,
beautifully made. Yes.
lovely. And then we've got the gesture of the bubbles going into the big tall glass. Fantastic, Helen.
Oh.
Wonderful.
It's a much better sort of, or I think it is, shaped glass, isn't it? Sort of the narrow one.
Yeah, it's more practical. Yes.
And it's easier to hold on to, whereas the other one's sort of easy to splash out. And
Oh, it's terrifying washing them up. Yes, you're right.
Right.
You'll put them in the sink.
I've got some finger bowls.
Ah, yes.
One being broken is 5, and they're all very fine. To have them as finger bowls seems pathetic to me. They're so fine and delicate and everything.
Yeah, wow. Finger bowls, gosh.
Wash.
I haven't used a finger bowl for years.
That's right.
Was that their version of hand sanitizer, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love that in Africa. That's very common to have at the dinner table a finger bowl. So as soon as you've had something to eat, you wash your hands immediately.
They've just got any running water usually.
Yeah.
India, that's all they've got too.
Yes, that's right. And I prefer that much better than, grabbing paper serviette and wiping your hands. Wow, we've got a few gestures now, haven't we? We have to try and remember them. What were you going to say, Peter, then? You were going to say something?
But lots of gestures. So
Yeah.
very quickly, I was going to say, how do you get on? Talk about glass. How do you get on at a pre-dinner drinks where you've got a champagne glass, a napkin, a plate, and hors d'oeuvres, or
Somebody trying to pass you something.
someone's trying to pass you something. So you like this, and
You ask someone to bump into you and then you get rid of it all.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Wonderful. Okay, so goodness me. I'm going to show you something here, seeing we've been on about family heirlooms.
Wow.
Check this out. This is straight out of the 60s. So this lampshade is, I remember as a kid when Mum and Dad got this, and I just thought it was so super cool and so modern. It looked actually like ice blocks of Fanta that you put in ice blocks into the freezer, and then it's just been stacked up. It's just incredible. So there you
What's
go.
it made of? What is it?
Well, it's quite light, so I don't know. I have a feeling it's some type of alabaster,
Mhm.
you know?
Oh, yes.
Alabaster's heavy.
Yeah, something like that. But, you know, like it's still the original. It's amazing. And I love it. It's so ostentatious, you know?
Yes.
And so it's just one of the many things I've kept on from, you know, mum and dad. And, you know, when they said, oh, no, let's, you know, send that on to St. Vinny's. It's had its day. And I said, no, I'm keeping that. I love it. Yeah, so there you go. My very ostentatious lampshade. So what could I do as a gesture? Some sort of building blocks with the lampshade over the top. I think I'll go with that. Oh, actually, Peter, I like how you did that. Yeah, that's
That's the blocks.
yeah, blocks, different layers, building one on top of the other into a lampshade. Wow. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. So let's try and remember each other's movements. So if you remember some aspect of the gesture that I perhaps am forgetting, just jump in and do your improvisation as well. Okay, here we go. So this is Chang Chang, and it's all about Rumba, the beautiful dance of love. It's from Cuba. Can you hear that? Lovely. Oh, let's start with mine.
Yo Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Cuento voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Cuento voy para Mayarí.
Helen.
El cariño que te tengo no te lo puedo negar. Se me sale la babita, yo no lo puedo evitar.
Cuando Juanita y Chan Chan en el mar serían arena, como sacudir el jibe si a Chan Chan le daba pena. Ahí nada más. ¡Ja!
Peter.
Limpia el camino de paja, que yo me quiero sentar en aquel tronco que veo y no lo puedo olvidar. Ahí nomás, ándale, compay. ¡Ah!
De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Cuento voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Cuento voy para Mayarí.
El cariño que te tengo, yo no lo puedo negar. Se te sale la babita, yo no lo puedo evitar.
Rosemary. And end in your favorite gesture. Wow. Lovely. Where are you, Rosemary?
I'm here.
Great. Can we have a look at your last gesture? Is that okay? Yes. And move a little bit more onto the screen. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Is that the beautiful leaf on your apple?
Well, sort of there were leaves everywhere, weren't there?
Yeah.
You know, everybody's had some form of.
Yes. It's a bit of theme, isn't it? Yes.
Mm. And the beautiful leaves, Helen, on your champagne glass as well. They were repetitive, weren't they?
Mm.
On the plate.
On the plate, that's right. That was beautiful too.
Your lamp.
Yeah, lovely. What gesture did you finish in, Peter?
Did I?
Yeah.
The circle of the goose plate.
Yeah, right.
Went up here, you know.
Yeah.
We did the flower piece. We did all that, and then I just finished up with the
Lovely.
circle. And
Wonderful. I'm so glad that you included that because I forgot that, and I really love how you remembered it. That's beautiful. Great. What gesture did you finish up with, Helen?
The flower one.
Yeah, so did I. I really love that too.
It's a
Love
nice.
the interlinking of the fingers.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Sort of.
and to me, the burst of spring.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's very much.
We're half through September already.
I know, it's extraordinary, isn't it?
Today.
Here we are, mid-September. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
All right, well, let's continue with our dance of love, being the Rumba. So we've worked quite nicely with our hand gestures. Let's begin moving into our body a little bit more. Here we go. Classic Rumba.
tina mosati bazela ya kala enyoso ngana sina tiki kotika kofina langa misongo ya bamuwe nasi ya ngai mobali topesaka kilo naso nasi ya ngai mobali topesaka kilo naso lokumu ya masinzo kande makwela se makwela nazui yanga asose na bolingo mama lokumu ya masinzo kande lopete na mosaki se makwela nazui yanga lelo ngomolonga ni mama lokumu ya masinzo kande makwela se makwela nazui yanga asose na bolingo mama lokumu ya masinzo kande lopete na mosaki se makwela nazui yanga lelo ngomolonga ni mama
Just shake your hands out. We're going to move to our feet.
Fabrice, c'est ton anniversaire, Fabrice. Le 18 septembre 83, voyons la bambotelé, c'est ton anniversaire, Fabrice. Fabrice, nakendeli susu apie mama. Yangataira Fabrice, nakendeli susu apie mama. Fabrice akende sango mokilinde mobimba. Atongela yo kabando solata mpe obima. Baninga balula yo. Fabrice mosoni monene na kati ya Bruxelles. Nakende lisusu apie mama.
Good. Keeping your knees relaxed.
Nakende lisusu apie mama. Yanga tayo Fabrice. Nakende lisusu apie mama. Mi pali na 20e siècle balingi kolata lokola basi. Akota na Fabrice apona ya ye monte. Aponela balingi. Abima na pokwa na kati ya inedi. Soki otali alumbi solo ya malasi ye. Yanga taero Fabrice. Nakende lisusu apie mama. Yanga taero Fabrice. Nakende lisusu apie mama. PDG Fabrice, directeur Engels. Bako pesa yo talo ya se ya mongongo. Fabrice alatisaka oyo azwaka mingi. Oyo azwaka moke. Bango nyonso balata. Fabrice akende sango na poto mobimba. Ixelo bayebi ye. Fabrice mwana malamu akende sango mama. Yanga taero Fabrice. Nakende lisusu apie mama. Yanga taero Fabrice. Nakende lisusu apie mama. Bikolo nyonso ya Afrika mobimba. Balingi balata. Bilamba Fabrice atongi. Balingi balata. Abakose Fabrice atongi. Kende na Fabrice bandeko. Soki olingi olata. Banda lokolo tina moto. Sapato ezali. Simisi ezali. Ah, mama.
I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit here. So, just let's go over this movement a little bit more. So this is the Rumba. I'll just mute you all so we don't hear anything else except my voice. Great. So, the Rumba. You've already been dancing the Rumba. So you need to find your center. Find your center by having your knees over your toes and very relaxed. So it must be this very relaxed position when you're standing up. And see how one knee is bent a little bit more than the other. And as you bend your knee, your opposite hip starts to just naturally drop. Yep, so remember the Rumba dance is really just an extension of walking. So the way we walk from one foot to the other, of course, transferring our weight from heel, ball, toe to heel, ball, toe. And so what the Rumba does is that it really just is an extension out on the hip, but it's a swing. So you do it with very relaxed knees. Of course, the ballroom, I think they do it with completely straight legs, but we're not going to do that. We'll just have completely bent knees. So one knee is bent and the other one is a little bit lengthened. Lovely. And you keep your torso still so that you can breathe. So it's like all your sun is shining out through your heart to everybody. Great. And you're expressing yourself through your hips. That's it. Because it's the dance of love. Rumba is the dance of life. That's it. Lovely. So you must keep your chest still so you can breathe and shine out. And your knees, one knee is dropping and bending at a time. Lovely. So your hips just naturally drop from side to side, swaying. Good. And then when you start to take your feet off the floor and transfer your weight from one foot to the other, keep the knees bending. That's it. So the more you relax and sink down into your hips, the easier it becomes and more relaxed. Lovely. So the Rumba is a real beautiful integration of the African movement of the rhythm of the hips, and then you've got the really upright regalness of royalty, of the spine. Yeah, lovely. So the Rumba movement with hips like this goes out, back, together, out, back, together. So your feet start together, one foot goes out, you transfer your weight onto it, then you must return back to center and finish it off with both feet together. And that goes to the other side. So we transfer our weight out, come back to center and close it with the other foot. So you've got out, in, stop, rest. Out, in, stop, rest. Out, in, stop, rest. So in that rest, it's like you take a breath, and because you're dancing with a partner, it's also about connecting with your partner. So you'd be going out, in, and rest. And that in that moment, you either face each other or you're looking out over each other's shoulders, but there's a connection through the breath and through the heart. Yeah. So out together and out, in, together, out, in, together, out, in, together, rest, out, in, together, rest, out, in, together, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So it takes 4 counts. And you could do that forwards if you wanted to. You can do it in any direction. So you could do it in the universal shape of the cross, which is forwards, or you can do it to the side, or you can do it back. Good. So you can't watch yourself going backwards. You have to think with your mind and your kinesthetic awareness, yeah? So knowing that your foot is going behind you, back, forward, together, back, forward, together, back, forward, together. So it's a complete circle, yeah, back, forward, together. And you know, you might be a bit adventurous and go on your back diagonal. So it would be cross behind, forwards, together, cross behind, forwards, together, cross behind, forwards, together. Yeah, so cross the foot behind, bit hard to see on the screen. Yeah, good. So there's a moment of balance where you lean back and then forwards again. Yeah, great, thanks Helen. And together. So cross back, balance, together. So you don't want to come up high because you'll get out of time. So you stay down low to the earth. That's it. And close to your partner. 3, we go back, 2, 3, wait 4, back, 2, 3, wait 4, back, 2, 3, wait, 4. Great. So Helen, you turn to Peter and hold his hands. So we're going to practice going to the side at the same time as your partner. Yes, okay. So decide which leg you're going to use first, Peter, whether it's your right foot or your left foot. So you're going out, in, together. Good. Out, in, together. Out, in, together. Out, in, together. Good. Now you might go both back. So you have to actually push your hands against each other as you step back together, forwards. Back together, forwards. Back together, forwards. Good. Back. Push your hands towards each other. So Peter, you're going to push your hands into Helen's hands. Push in as you step back and then come in. Back and come in. Back and come in. Beautiful. Back and come in. Lovely. And then you can also go around each other, yep? So not just on the spot. You can begin to slowly turn how you feel. Yes, that's it. So we're going to put the music on, and Rosemary and I, we're going to freestyle with our Rumba. Rosemary, we can go wherever we like in the room. And then what's going to happen is Helen and Peter, you're going to, that's it, exactly what you're doing, lead each other around the lounge room. Beautiful. Here's our music. This is the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go, Rosemary. And Rosemary, you might put any of your gestures in.
Nakenderi susu wapie mama nasala nini Fabrice akende sango mpoto XL bayemie yangata ero Fabrice nakenderi susu wapie mama yangata ero Fabrice nakenderi susu wapie mama Fabrice aletisa moto nyonso bandeko mama soki olatili panko ya Fabrice azipio mokongo azipio panzi azipio libumu soki obimi na miso ya bato otiaki malasi bakotala nani asali apandosa yangata ela Fabrice nakenderi susu wapie mama yangata ela Fabrice nakenderi susu wapie mama PDG Fabrice directeur Engels olingi libanko tuna bango bapesa yo talo ya se ya mongongo na mosoki olati okei na muzika nova na poko bakoli malasi okoti safari okoti mambo okei epai ya delu batali yo obongi avakose ya Fabrice nakeishe baba yangata era Fabrice nakenderi susu wapie mama yangata ero Fabrice nakenderi susu wapie mama Fabrice akende sango mama soki outi Kinshasa okomi na Bruxelles kende na XL okota na Fabrice otuna oyo yolingi alatisaka talo moke ozwaka mingi alatisi yo nakende lisusu wapie mama Fabrice oyo nani abungi ye na XL Sabi, ah. Yanga taera Fabrice, nakendeli susu apie mama. Yanga taera Fabrice, nakendeli susu apie mama.
Lovely. And then let's finish off with any of the gestures that you remember from the warm-up. Yes? Okay, so we're going to finish off with any gestures that you can remember from the beginning of Rosemary's, Helen's, Peter's, mine. So freestyle with Rumba, adding in your gestures. Beautiful. And slowly bring your dance down to your chair. Okay, and finish in the gesture that you like the most. Oh, excuse me. Lovely. So I'm going to ask.
I'm just saying goodbye because I have to go early today.
And there we go. There you are. So, Rosemary, what were you saying?
I was just saying I have to say goodbye to you. I've got to go in a
You're ready
moment.
to go, yes. There you are. Now I can see you.
Rosemary.
Okie doke.
Lovely to dance with you, Rosemary.
Thank you.
Thank you for your gesture, beautiful gesture. And your
Okie doke.
gorgeous locket. That was so special.
It's a bit of a thing, isn't it?
Wonderful. Okay, well, you have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Pete. Bye, Helen.
Bye, Ro.
Bye. Oh, how did you go, Peter and Helen?
You got a bit of hang of it, I think.
Yeah,
I was doing the Rumba with the vacuum cleaner the other day.
fantastic. That's the way to go.
I didn't even realise.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's a dance in everything, isn't there? I love it. How did you go, Peter?
Not bad.
Yep.
Last week was my better week.
Right.
I just ran out of puff today, but I love the rhythm. I mean, it's fantastic, and it
Really
seems
like that rhythm.
yeah. So and it's very. Is it supposed to be danced as in or graceful, or is it passionate or graceful?
I think it's a bit of everything. There's the basic Rumba rhythm, 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 1, 2, 3, hold 4. And then it's up to the couple, however they'd like to dance it. So some couples will dance it very, percussive and very passionate and fiery. Others will dance it more like water. And see, that's the beauty of the movement and of the dance step, that it's however you're feeling, however your wellspring is feeling. So if you're feeling, like you don't want to go dancing wildly, you would just hold your partner close and you would just do the simple Rumba rhythm, barely touching each other, but you're in each other's embrace. And that's lovely too, So really, the Rumba is very versatile. It's all dependent on your personal feeling and how you're connecting with your partner as well. When I've danced the Rumba, when you're in a dance class doing the Rumba, I find some men are really aggressive, and then other men are just too much like water and not leading you anywhere, So it really is just about tapping into how would you like to lead this, or how would you like to follow and surrender, because you need both in order for the Rumba to be danced with a partner. So it's nice sometimes to lead the Rumba, and sometimes it's nice to surrender and follow the leader. But it's certainly a dance of love, because you have to really tune in to your partner who you're dancing with, and respect where they're at too. Great. Okay, so let's do a little meditation to finish off with. I thought we might continue with our little candle, and this time we can certainly remember Tess, but also everybody else who you might like to remember, who's passed over. But also, you might have something you'd like to think about for yourself or somebody else. That's okay too.
I'd like to think about a lot of people that have passed away, died,
Yeah.
without family around them. I mean,
Yes.
that's very hard to comprehend, isn't it? So It must be awful.
Mm. Yes, I know. My goodness me. Wouldn't that would just be so difficult. I know some of my girlfriends have had grandchildren, and they haven't even been able to see their grandchildren yet. Their baby grandchild, they can't even see them.
Haven't been able to
And
meet them. Isn't that?
yeah, I know. And also, friends of mine who have actually died of, well, mostly cancer, and um, you know, just not being able to really say goodbye to them,
Yes. Yes.
all of that, So
But
we are
that's
living in extraordinary times.
as well as Tess.
Yes, that's right. And yes, so we might also think about your grandmother, yep, and how she inspired you to dance today. Fantastic. And my parents too. I'm lucky my parents are still alive. And I think my father's still alive because my mother takes such good care of him, and he's very much part of the family, so he's interacting with us all the time, and he's not in an aged care facility. So, you know, there's a lot of meaning in his life, I suppose. He still feels like he's head of the family, even though he's not. But it's good. It's good that
We won't tell.
it's good that he goes around and checks all the curtains that they're down and locks all the doors and triple checks them, even though mum's done all of that already. But that's good. I love how dad will just check everything.
Reminds me of the song. I'm not ready to roll over. I'm still the head of the tribe. So,
Yeah. And isn't that fabulous? It's also about respect, isn't it? Like listening to our elders and honouring our elders. I think it's a good thing. All right, so let's honour ourselves, focusing in on your own beautiful breath of life, breathing in and breathing out, and breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. And just keeping that rhythm of your breath going. It's always going naturally, even when you're not thinking about it. You might want to tap into where the pulse is of your heart, in your pulmonary vein, in your neck, and how fabulous it is that that rhythm is going. 2 different rhythms going in your body at once. And just let's honour our own bodies for, carrying and housing our spirit all our lives. Wonderful in this beautiful rhythm of life. And let's have a breath in saying Om. I. And top of the head, Shrim. Beautiful. So let's go from the top of the head. Om Nine Shrim. Forehead. Om Nine Shrim. The eyelid. Om Nine Shrim. The other eyelid. Om Nine Shrim. Stay here, Spotty. And the nostril. Om Nine Shrim. Change. Om Nine Shrim. To your ear. Om Nine Shrim. To your other ear. Om Nine Shrim. to your cheek. Mein Shrim. Your other cheek. Mein Shrim. Top of the lip. Mein Shrim. Bottom of the lip. Mein Shrim. The top row of teeth with your tongue. And the bottom row of teeth. The roof of your mouth. And then coming from the back of your throat. Ha! Mein Shrim. And feel the clearing in your lungs. Mein Shrim. And to your shoulder. Mein Shrim. Down to your elbow. Mein Shrim. To your wrist. Mein Shrim. To the base of your fingers. Mein Shrim. To the tips of your fingers. Mein Shrim. Across to your other shoulder. Mein Shrim. Down to your elbow. Mein Shrim. To your wrist. Mein Shrim. Base of the fingers. Mein Shrim. To the fingertips. Mein Shrim. And to your heart. Mein Shrim. And to your stomach and liver. Mein Shrim. And to your belly. Mein Shrim. Across to your hip. Mein Shrim. And down to your knee. Mein Shrim. And down to your ankle. Mein Shrim. To the base of your toes. Mein Shrim. To the tippy toes. Mein Shrim. Underneath the sole of the foot to the heel. Mein Shrim. And up the calf muscle to behind the knee. Mein Shrim. Up the side of the leg to the hip joint. Mein Shrim. And across to the back of the pelvis. Mein Shrim. Over to the other side, to in front of the hip. Mein Shrim. Down to the kneecap. Mein Shrim. Down the shins to the ankle joint. Mind shrim. And to the base of the toes. Mind shrim. And to the tippy toes. Mind shrim. Underneath the sole of the foot to the heel. Mind shrim. And underneath the calf muscle to the back of the knee. Mind shrim. Up the side of the head, leg to the hip socket. Mind shrim. Back of the pelvis. Mind shrim. And to the navel. Mind shrim. And the side of the abdomen. Mind shrim. And the other side of the abdomen. Mind shrim. The lower back. Mind shrim. And coming up the spine now, so starting at the lower dantian, thinking of the colour red and passion and fire and groundedness and I am. Mind shrim. And moving up to the sacral plexus, the colour orange and expression. Mind shrim. Moving up to the solar plexus, the colour yellow, a place of action and sometimes fear, but thinking of bright yellow. Mind shrim. Moving up to the heart, the colour green, thinking of truth and love. Mind shrim. Moving up to the throat, the colour blue. It's all about I speak. Mind shrim. And up to the forehead, the colour purple, knowing that you understand. Mind shrim. And to the top of the head, the crown, beautiful diamond, crystal clear. I know. Mind shrim. And just allowing all these colours of the light spectrum cocoon you in your body. Mind shrim. Mind shrim. And going around our planet Earth. Mind shrim. Mind shrim. And just holding Mother Earth. Mind shrim. And around our whole world. Mind shrim. And around our country. Mind shrim. And to our community. Mind shrim. your family. And any other friends or very significant people. And yourself. And just give thanks to yourself for being here today, sharing with one another. Lovely, everyone. So thank you for joining us today as we say goodbye to one another and to all the significant people who came around into our little space right here and now.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, Peter and Helen. Lovely.
Have a good week.
You have a great week too. We'll see you next week.
We'll keep an eye out for the paper.
Yeah, good. Fingers crossed it's good. Okay, bye-bye. See you later.